with Bud Crawford and the possibility that he will leave Top Rank. So we know that Terrence Crawford's contract with promoter Top Rank Boxing, run by Bob Arum, Terrence Crawford's contract with them is up in October. There have been rumors back and forth that he's either going to renew that contract or not. Here is the big issue. Top Rank, and I'm gonna play some audio so you guys can you can see that what I'm saying is true. Top Rank does not have the money to afford quality opponents for Terrence Crawford. One. Two, they've continuously promised him big fights. They've delivered on none of those promises. Yes, they were the promoter that first noticed him and gave him a spotlight and gave him the chance to become famous. But you gotta know that there's a point in your career, and it wasn't now, it was years ago, when you should have left. You should have left. And so I'm going to play some audio for you guys from someone who is from Crawford's team, and their thoughts on the way things have turned out between Bud Crawford and yeah, between Bud Crawford and Top Rank. So let's just play the audio. This was read from Crawford's team on Bernie the Boxer's YouTube channel.
Because this is real shit. He was with TKO Boxing, signed for TKO Boxing for probably $500 for nickels and pennies, my nigga. And then Top Rank seen him. We went 13-0, knocking everybody out. Top Rank is the first person that gave him the shot, right? Fast forward, when we fought, what's the guy that knocked out Amir Khan? Prescott. Yeah. Right? He was on that undercard, right? Yes, sir. Bob Arum was the one who was like, let's offer that fight to Terrence. Okay? We took the fight because we know what we had. Bernie, we all know what we had. That's right. Yes. Let's take Breeders' Prescott. We moved up from 135. The contracted weight for the fight that we were supposed to be on, it was Robert Osteen. Look it up. We was on contract. It was a contracted weight of between 135 and 137, right? Yes, sir. The guy that Breeders' Prescott was for the fight got injured. They offered that fight to Bud. Bud got on there and signed. That's when the fucking boxing world opened their eyes. Like, who is this man that dominated this guy that's heavier, bigger, puncher, that's out of the blue? That nobody know who Bud was unless he was really a boxing guy. Right. None of y'all knew who Bud was, so none of y'all are boxing guys, right? So Bob Arum showed us some loyalty in the past. So what do niggas do when people show them loyalty? You show them loyalty back. Ain't no question. They showed us dreams. They said they was gonna do this. They promised us the Pacquiao fight. They promised us all these things, and then when it came to the corner, then it didn't happen. Then we stuck, just like many other people was. Oscar De La Hoya left Top Rank. Manny Pacquiao left Top Rank. Floyd Mayweather left Top Rank for the same reasons, my nigga. If y'all know y'all history, y'all know the best fighters in the world was with Top Rank at some point in time, and the business wasn't right, and they left and got their shit right. So while y'all signed, don't blame Spence. Y'all tell Spence to stay at 147 for another fight, and we'll fight him next when we're a free agent, and we can go knock on Al Heyman's door like, hey, we're not with Bob Arum no more, so what's y'all excuse now? What y'all want to do now, though? Okay? It's one thing y'all don't want to do business with Bob Arum. I get that. Okay, I understand. I can understand that a little bit. Yes, sir. But when Terrence becomes a free agent and he's knocking on the PBC offices like, hey, I don't got no paperwork on me now. Ain't no ankle monitor on me now. What's up? Yes, sir. Then what are they going to do? And then where y'all going to be at? Okay? When this real shit come out. So all y'all laughing and joking and talking about resumes and all this shit, y'all can laugh and joke all y'all want because we're going to get the last laugh. This thing that's coming to fruition right now.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to speak on it, but
yes.
this thing's coming to fruition right motherfucking now, and all this fucking laughter is going to stop because it's going to get real quick.
Woo!
October is the day, it is the final month of the contract. It's either one fight or October, okay? We have a disgruntled promotional company that's promoting us.
Yes.
They're not going to give us shit, but they owe us $4 million, so we're going to fight Zepeda for $4 motherfucking million, you bitch ass nigga. Come on. If they throw us rice and beans, we're going to take rice and beans. If they throw us Jesus, we're going to fight Jesus. What is wrong with y'all?
Yes,
how do y'all not see that, okay? You have a disgruntled employer
yes.
that is promoting a fighter that they publicly talk crap about.
Yes.
We're in a contract.
Yes.
We're not about to come out and talk and create all this confusion with Top Rank while we're still under the contract.
Right.
Okay? Like y'all gotta understand, like this ignorant nigga shit, y'all gotta understand how business works. Y'all gotta understand how white collar works. Y'all understand working for a business, because boxing is more of a business than it is about boxing these days. Back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, it was less political. The fighters fought. The fighters fought each other. Now, over the past 20 years, it's been more political and more about money and numbers and pay-per-views. And if you're stuck on pay-per-view numbers, when you got a real fighter that is in his third weight class, he's in his third weight class. Right, he started at 135, lingered at 135, undisputed at 140, and at 147, and these guys ain't moved up 1 pound. And he's knocking on their doorstep, and they don't want to fight him because whatever excuses that they have.
Yes, sir.
How do y'all not see that? That is common sense. That is common logic for anybody that knows anything about boxing.
So a lot to unpack there. A lot. I hope we have time. So we know that Team Crawford was never happy with Top Rank. They recognize that Top Rank is the one who gave him the shot. They recognize that Top Rank is the one that brought Terrence Crawford's name into the main stage. And they mentioned that Crawford was showing loyalty back to Top Rank by renewing his contract. I wanna start off by saying, yo, I love Terrence Crawford. I love his story. I love how he moves as a man, right? I love his love for his family and his friends. He seems to be an honorable man from what I have seen. Obviously, I have a very narrow perspective into the his whole character as a man. But from what I've seen, everybody loves Terrence Crawford. For years, I remember seeing him training at Mendez Boxing Gym in New York City. Rest in peace to Mendez Boxing Gym. Greatest gym in New York City. No longer exists. But I remember before his fights at the Garden, he would come train at Mendez, and I would see him. And his gigantic team that would come with him and help him prepare for fights. He's a consummate professional. A great dude. I've been a fan of his. At the same time, it's nobody's fault but your own that you have not had a big fight at 147. And I don't want you or your team acting like people are hating or whatever. We want big fights. That's it. From this perspective, it's important for you to know that we just want big fights. And I know you want the same thing, but we've told you for years what was going on. We told you years ago that Bob was the problem. Other fighters have told you that Bob was the problem. Yes, Top Rank was loyal to you, but they got you to where you needed to be. But we told you years ago, they can't take you no farther. They can't take you any further. They've taken you as far as they can promote you, and they're not going to do you any favors from this point forward. We told you this years ago. So don't just come out and say people are hating or don't know boxing. We do know boxing. That's why we told you to leave. That's why we told you to leave. And then you finally deciding to leave doesn't make you great at business. It was like, yo, we told you to leave years ago because we saw this and we wanted better for you. We wanted to see you fight Spence. We wanted to see you fight Pacquiao. We still want to see you fight Thurman and Porter. We want to see you against the best, big fights, bigger. You know you're going to get bigger paydays as a free agent. You know that. You know you're going to make more money with Al Heyman and Premier Boxing Champions. You know that, man. No one is arguing that Bud can't fight, and no one is hating. We as fans are allowed to put our money and our viewership where we choose, where we want it to go. And you know that we want big fights. You want me to pay my money, right? You want me to watch your pay-per-views? You want me to buy tickets to your fights? You want me to tune in to your fights, right? Then fight a big name. Then fight a big name. And don't get upset when we, the customer, don't support anything outside of that. Don't be upset when we, the customer, don't pay our money for it to be the other way around. I'm not paying for lower tier opponents. Just not. Fans know you can fight. Yes, Top Rank helped bring your name into the spotlight of boxing. Fans know that you can fight. Fans want to see you fight the big names. Fans know that your affiliation with Top Rank is preventing that. Therefore, fans won't be happy until you leave. I understand that you and your team are loyal to the company that gave you a shot, but I want to say this. Top Rank doesn't pay you. The fans do. Top Rank doesn't have the money. We, the fans, have the money. And you'll see that once you leave. You're going to see that once you leave. Top Rank was saying they couldn't afford to give you this much money or that much money. They were only willing to promote you, but so far, well, leave Top Rank. Because we, the fans, we got the money. We willing to pay. Ask dudes at PBC. They could fight a lower tier opponent. And they're like, it doesn't matter who they fight. They're getting paid a lot. And it's going to be more than $4 million. Ask Adrian Broner. Ask Errol Spence. Ask Sean Porter. Ask Danny Garcia. We, the fans, we got the money. And we're willing to put it up for top fights. Top Rank doesn't have the money. The fans have the money. And the fans want to see top fights. And the fans know that Top Rank is in the way of top fights. Therefore, we, the fans, won't be happy until you leave Top Rank. We love you as a fighter, but we want to pay for top tier opponents. That only exists outside of Top Rank.